Hey, so I'm gonna cut straight to it. I kind of wanted to do a photo shoot. I had an idea and I want to show you guys like the behind the scenes of this photo that I took. Kind of low because I want to set up the camera so you can see kind of as I'm dropping the bottle into the milk water. I have a plastic bin here where I've put a mixture of water and white glue, and then I have one light right here that's a little RGB, and then the Godox SL60s up here that you can barely see. It's being hit across the bounce board that I have right here. If I'm being completely honest, it's not like the most perfect lighting setup I did. It works. I have a little bit of a shadow that I don't love, but I'm gonna Photoshop it, and like you'll see, it'll end up looking good in the end. So I'm just gonna work with it. Lastly, I have the EOS R set up right here on the tripod, kind of hanging over, looking down. My settings are 1/500, aperture is 2.2, and it's 640 ISO. Gotta have a fast shutter speed so we can get that splash. So yeah, basically I'm just gonna start dropping. Well, actually first I'm gonna start with a clean shot of just the bottle sitting in the liquid. I'm just gonna lay it flat, still, no splash. That way I have a clean plate, like a clean label, and then I'm just gonna start dropping, you know, and basically on high speed shutter, just holding down the shutter button, just taking like 10 photos at a time, just dropping it so I can capture as many splashes as possible. All right, I'm gonna get started now. So I'm back, did a lot of trial and error. Show you on my computer here, kind of showing you just kind of what we got from the first couple of bottles. This is the first one, which you can see has got a little bit of the label overtaken, but I really like all of the splash that's going on, and we're all in frame here and stuff like that. I can bring back the label with Photoshop. Then the second bottle is the one that we captured earlier, which is a little bit more of a grander splash. But honestly, of the three, I think it's the one that looks the most commercial. It's literally got all of the, like it's got like, just like a, hey, look, you know, like I'm coming out of the water almost, kind of a splash going on. And truth be told, I told you that I was gonna wipe it off every time so that there wasn't anything on the label. And this time I was just in a mood to just keep dropping, just picking up, dropping. And that's how we got this splash. So there's some droplets on the label because of that. And I actually kind of like them. So may leave them in. And then the final photo, which is probably one of our favorites, is for number 3. So between the 3, you can see that, like, if I pull them up here kind of side by side, what the plan is to kind of take all 3 images and make them look like they're all 3 in one bath together. So now is time to take, and basically I'm gonna do like a little bit of a batch edit on all, meaning like I'm just gonna like make the white balance match, and then I'm gonna export them and put them into Photoshop. Take these different like layers, you know, splashes, everything for each bottle, and I'm gonna kind of match up and just basically, like, I'll show you here what I did with the first bottle that I shot. This splash is pretty much perfect out of camera. I did edit the file to make the milk water look a little more milky and, you know, brighten up the label and stuff like that, but not a whole lot. But then I'm gonna bring in this layer over here. As you can see, I'll just show you really quickly to kind of bring back the word Chamberlain's, and I also stole the bubbles from it and the cap a little bit up there just to kind of put that back in. Then after that, I will just apply a little bit more editing to it just to kind of like crop it and bring in some like more contrast and stuff like that, which I also did with just a little bit more curves here to kind of like make the white a little bit more white and milky looking. And then, you know, that will pretty much be it per image. And then I will take all 3 and put them into one long, like, side by side of the 3. I'm not gonna go through all of it now. That could be like a whole tutorial in itself. Maybe I'll do a part 2 on this, just showing how I Photoshop it. But we'll fast forward to the final product and future Chris to kind of talk about some of the things I learned and wrap this video up. All right, hey, I'm back and my beard is gone. Yeah, it's been a few days since the last shoot. Just kind of wanted to jump on here at the end and just talk about a few things that I learned. Obviously, maybe I don't need to say this, but make sure you have enough space to do it and that you're okay with some splashes getting everywhere. Like if you're gonna do some sort of splash like this, it's gonna splash. Also, like we used glue water, white glue and water, and I really just used what I had on hand. I didn't want to spend any money on this if I didn't have to. I think I would have used a little bit more glue just to make it like a little bit maybe thicker looking, a little less translucent in the photos. Maybe we could have used paint and water. There's some ideas that I had. I actually looked this up, so it's not my idea, but I was worried with paint that it might be hard to wipe off the bottle or whatever. I'm happy with how it turned out. I did learn a lot, and I think it's really fun to do. It's one of those things that I don't know if you could just keep doing it for every client. I don't know if you could build a whole career around it, but I could totally be wrong. I have no idea. I mean, stranger things have happened. I feel like the lighting got darker. Like it's like getting cloudy or foggy outside, and so now I'm like, it looks like I'm at a candlelight story or something. That's not even a thing. All right, I'm gonna close the video out. It's already been long enough. You weren't here to listen to me talk. So thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, that's cool. Maybe I'll see you guys out there. I'm gonna make more videos when I get around to it. That's probably not the way you should close it. All right, peace you guys. See you in the next one.